is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, President Buhari says threat by Niger Delta Avengers to attack oil installations in Niger Delta unnecessary. Internally displaced persons in Kana to return to their Andoni homes within 1 week. River State College of Health Science and Management Technology reopened today. On the foreign scene, you launches airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. I am today necessary. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, in a statement quoted Buhari as saying that all issues raised by the group were already responded to. The president met with the leadership of the Niger Delta and Ijaw National Congress at the Prince Villa Thursday. Mr. Adesina said when the Niger Delta and Ijaw National Congress visited the president, issues such as the call for restructuring and the inauguration of a board for the NDDC were addressed. As you may know, the Niger Delta Avengers, in a statement on Saturday, threatened to resume attacks in the Niger Delta amid rising insecurity and disagreements over share of oil revenue. South Chiefs and Elders Forum, in collaboration with civil society leaders, urged the federal government to ensure the reports of the NDDC forensic audit at the end of July. National Chairman of the Forum, Omubo Atuboinoma, at a media briefing said the report should be released before the appointment of a new board for equity and accountability. Dr. Atuboinoma said the region has suffered setbacks as a result of mismanagement of funds. He, however, appealed to the youths of the region to restrain from all violent actions.
We are saying that now that the federal government has come up with a stand that 35 days is not 35 years, we, the South Chiefs and Elders, are appealing to all other groups within the Niger Delta areas to actually exercise patience and to understand the stand of the federal government. Since the forensic audit is going to end in 35 days' time, that is end of July, let us have patience so that the saga going on in the NDDC will come to end.
Moving on, River State College of Health Science and Management Technology, Rumeme, Port Harcourt, will reopen today, 2 weeks after students protested over lack of basic amenities and infrastructure. A statement by the school's registrar, Kwapie Ndiwe, said the provost, Professor Franklin, opening in a meeting with students' representatives over the weekend. The Secretary General of the Association of Nigerian Students, NANS Zone B, Noble Nwokocha, said the students are in support of the reopening.
To be sincere, I was thinking that after the meeting we had with Commissioner, because we, having been in a meeting with Commissioner, the decision that has already been said or Commissioner Police, who will be held culpable? It's not the students. Let it be that we honor the management, and so that the management will not feel as if the students are not with them. That's why we are here. As a matter of fact, Nigerian students in this school are peaceful. So, on behalf of all of us, sir, we are okay with the decisions we had at the Commissioner of Police's office, and we are giving our total assurance. Or are we not? Yeah.
As you may know,
and every year they are bringing in more people into the environment, and they are not even taking care of them, which is very bad. So that is why we are still angry and we are still protesting. Like today, they have come with the ladder that they want to do. Like we don't know whether it's 1 week they want to give us light, and they will take it.
Since the school is a health institution, we really need all the facilities to be complete in order to facilitate our learning system.
Away from that, the Nigerian Bar Association NBA Port Harcourt branch has called on the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Ebuka, Friday, to tackle human rights abuses by prevailing on the Isiokpo area commander to confirm the whereabouts of a boy they arrested 2 months ago. Recall that family of a young man arrested by police in Isiokpo are worried over the whereabouts of their son 2 months after his arrest at Ilele axis of Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. Speaking on this, Vice Chairman of NBA Antonia Osademe told correspondent Sebiru Ruwari that the fundamental human rights of the young man has been abused.
It's contrary to the right of the son that the boy was arrested since over 1 month now. Is nowhere to be found. The woman have cried to them. She's been intimidated. Even the Women Rights Committee has took a step to go with the woman. They were there shouting and intimidating her. In fact, the boy's right has been tampered on, and we call on the Commissioner of Police to please use his good office to call on the commander to really come out to say what happened to this boy.
Rumokoro Police Division has detained a woman Ugoma Eze, whose brother-in-law is allegedly forcing her to vacate her husband's properties and hand over the keys to him. It was learned that Mrs. Eze was arrested after her brother-in-law said she wanted to kill her husband who resides in Turkey. The woman's father, Joshafat Onyejaka, in an interview with newsmen, accused the police of conspiring with the brother-in-law to intimidate his daughter and her sister. Mr. Onyejaka said despite explaining to the police that his daughter has been speaking with her husband in Turkey, they were denied bail yesterday.
Came to the yard where they are living in the church, at the back of the church, and demanded the key of the house, demanded the key of the church, demanded the key of the factory. She said that the husband did not tell him like that, so therefore he should not release. But surprisingly, he went and collected police people to come and arrest my daughter. So after arresting my child, who is married, they also arrested my second daughter too, who was with him there. So when we went to the police barracks at Rumokoro to bail him, they also.
Internally displaced persons who fled Andoni to Kana local area insecurity will return to their homes within 1 week. This assurance was given by the chairman of Andoni local government area Erastus Awotu during a visit to their camp at Ka waterfront in Kana. He said adequate security will be deployed to affected communities to effectively patrol the waterways.
My good people of Andoni, this occasion is a very sad one. From what I've seen here today, there is great suffering, there is great anguish among the people, and we must correct this situation. Our people must return home. No matter what it will take for us to make these people to return home within the next 1 week, we will do it. We are already in discussion with the security agencies, the military, and the police, and by God's grace, like I said, within 1 week, the security men will be on ground at Ipotirem, and there are patrol boats already provided that they will use to patrol this area. I want everyone to cooperate with the security agencies. These are all unacceptable situations. I will make sure that this thing does not continue under my watch.
Erastus Awotu also advised leaders of the affected communities not to cover up criminal acts in their domain, regardless of who is involved.
Report criminal elements to security agencies. Do not cooperate with them. Don't have mercy with anyone, whether it's your son or is your brother's son or is your father's son. Report them to security agencies because you have all tasted the bitter experience. Because the time you are covering them and informing them to run, the security agencies are coming. You thought you were doing them good, but today the full result has come to you and you can no longer go home. The people are suffering. Look at the narration of the woman. They bathe outside. The children are going to be going to school. The principal has said that they couldn't even write junior work at home. You have to cooperate with the security agencies. You have to give them the information they need. When the children come, when they bring their guns, refuse to cooperate with them.
Some of the internally displaced persons thanked the chairman for his intervention barely 1 week after he assumed office.
I see am like a good man. Since when many chairman don't enter, they never come. Only 1 week, chairman come look us. Carry plenty food, come give us where we dey hungry. And today we go chop plenty food.
So 1 week, we go get peace for our life. I so very happy. Now, what I need na to go my village go. Because here now, no way. Even to go toilet na wahala. Sufferness is too much for our body. As I see me here, I no way. I no even way. Na to sufferness, now they suffer my body here.
They kill my son, my property. No one wait there again.
Persons from 14 riverine communities in Andoni fled their homes in April this year in the wake of gang clashes between rival cult groups in the area. Our correspondent reports that Andoni Council Chairman Erastus Awotu and his counterpart in Kana, Thomas Barire, visited the paramount ruler of Ka community, King Theophilus Wigo, and the leadership of the community in appreciation for their support to the displaced persons from Andoni. Still ahead, INEC resumes continuous voter registration ahead of 2023. Stay tuned. INEC will today resume the continuous voter registration ahead of the 2023 general elections. Recall that the Commission had created over 50,000 additional polling units across the country. According to the Commission, the registration, which will be carried out continuously for over a year until the third quarter of 2022, will be targeting at least 20 million new voters. The chairman of Ikore Local Government Area, Samuel Wanosike, has approved some principal officers and personal assistants. Mr. Wanosike, in a statement, said Darlington Orji will serve as Chief of Staff, Prince Nyeche as Secretary to Council, Mbomahum Dixon as Chief Secretary Officer, Innocent Worosa as Principal Secretary to the Executive Chairman, and Bosochi Undubisi Wobodo as Legal Advisor. Others are Prince Chris Omodu as Chief Press Secretary, Charles Wobodo as Chief Public Work Officer, and Wokbara Okadinichi Morris as Chief Protocol Officer. The chairman also appointed Chimampam Success, Ododo Kinsley, Ethel Kinika, Victory Owoji, Eric Amawule, and Daniel Marizu Emerengwa as personal assistants. The statement directed the appointees to be seated at the council chambers today for swearing in by 10 a.m. It said all COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The U.S. has launched airstrikes against an Iran-backed militia in Iraq and Syria. The Pentagon, in a statement, said the strikes hit operational and weapons storage facilities in response to drone attacks by the militia on U.S. forces. The statement said President Biden has been clear that he will act to protect U.S. personnel. This is the second round of airstrikes Joe Biden has authorized against Iran-backed militias since taking over office. Iran has denied any involvement. Around 2,500 U.S. troops are based in the country as part of an international coalition fighting the jihadist Islamic State IS group. On the news this morning, you heard that President Muhammadu Buhari has said that the threat by Niger Delta Avengers to attack oil installations in the Niger Delta is unnecessary. Internally displaced persons in Kana will return to their Andoni homes within 1 week. Rivers State College of Health Science and Management Technology has been reopened 2 weeks after protest over lack of basic amenities and infrastructure rocked the institution. On the foreign scene, you heard that the U.S. has launched airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Efemi Andrew. Good morning again, and thank you for your time.